Now, you may have come to this video because the YouTube algorithm was being kind of wonky, because this is part 2 of a 2-part series. And the way that I've done this is that I released both of the videos pretty much at the same time. So you have to go and watch part 1, because this video is not going to make a whole lot of sense from where I start and everything else. So this is what I suggest that you do. If this is the first video that you've come to and you haven't watched part 1, down in the description below, and I'm going to do a card up here too in a second, so it'll be right here. Down in the description below also will be a direct link to part 1 of this. Go watch that first. And then at the end of that video, it's going to link you right back here to this video. When you get back here, obviously you skip this part right here and you go to the second part of the video. That's how it's supposed to be. And in terms of explanations, I kind of give an explanation of why I did it like that at the end of part 1. So go over there, check that out, come back here and enjoy it all. Peace. I got a story for you. This is a true story, and this goes to the solution of how to deal with bullies. When I was in 2nd grade, I had an encounter with my first bully. His name was Dewey. And he was a big, fat, high yellow, afro wearing, Kentucky Fried Chicken eating kind of kid. And he was bigger than me because I was skinny as a string bean. And I don't know if I just looked like a perfect target. You never know, right? And so he started bullying me. And I remember kind of loosely that I wasn't the only one who was being bullied, but maybe I was a favorite. I don't know. But he would bully me at school. And yeah, it messed with my mind, man. It messed with me psychologically. It messed with me emotionally. That stuff was not fun. So I told my brother, and I remember one day we were walking home from school, and on the corner of our street that we lived and the street that led down towards where my school was, on that corner, I see Dewey in the yard of the house that's on that corner. And I didn't even know that he lived there. And it has chain link fence around it. And I see him and I'm getting nervous already. And I don't remember exactly, I don't know if it was something that he said to me or something that he said to my brother. But I remember getting angry. And when I got angry when I was smaller, I would always cry. And I remember getting angry. And then I snapped. And what I did was I jumped over that chain link fence. And well, I beat the snot out of Dewey. Got him on the ground, smashed his face in. It was going too fast for him. He didn't even know. It was just a flurry of fists, just going in. I was so angry that my brother had to pull me off of him because I just kept throwing fists. Well, after that, I never had a problem with Dewey. I don't even remember seeing this kid. I think maybe we talked, but we were talking as if, okay, everything's cool now, man. And I think that was the last time that I had any kind of encounter with Dewey. He kept away from me. Now, I say that to give you the solution to the problem of a bully at your table. And I'm not saying that you should go and wail on him. That's not the point. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. The general principle behind that story is this. You have to confront the bully. And you have to put your foot down. That is how you take care of bullies. Now, Dewey was twice my size. Easy. But I'd had it. Now, I don't suggest that you wait until things get to kind of that level at your table where things might blow up. I'm not saying that. Really, when problems arise, the minute that it happens is when you should handle it. It's kind of like what they tell you when you're training your dog, right? When you're correcting your dog, You don't correct them 10 minutes after they did something because they're confused. They're like, well, okay, what did I do now? No, you do it at the moment that they are doing whatever wrong thing that they're doing. And it's the same thing with people, because they'll be like, well, no, I didn't do that. That's not how it happened. But if you do it the moment that whatever behavior or thing that's going down happens, then nobody can say that that's not what happened. But it needs to be addressed, it needs to be confronted, and it needs to be done immediately. This is how you deal with bullies. And sometimes it just may be that you need to get rid of them from your table. I'm not saying that that should be the first knee-jerk reaction. I'm saying that you should deal and confront their behavior at the table immediately. And if they're doing it in front of everybody, then it should be done in front of everybody. A lot of people like to, well, I'll take them aside later after this. No, when it is done is when it needs to be addressed, not later on. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, you know, that's not my personality. Tough. Because there's other people at the table. And it won't matter if you are a player or a GM. If you're a player and you've got a bully GM, you need to adjust the GM right then, right now. Because this is just about adults at this point. It's not about whatever your position is at the table. It's about adults. And it's about treating everybody around the table with respect and honor. And if they can't do that because they got some issue or they're complaining or all the rest of that stuff, then you can just say, listen, that needs to stop. It needs to stop right now. And if it doesn't stop, then you can leave. Almost every single time it stops, and probably they won't return. And that's fine, because it'll get better for everybody else. Because at that point, you're protecting everybody else at the table. You're not being selfish. Now, some people might get nervous when they're doing that, and that's fine. It's fine if you're nervous. But don't be a coward. A coward does nothing and let fear dictate what they do. Somebody who's brave is still afraid, but they do what needs to be done anyway. And that is what I want to encourage you to do. If you have discovered during this video, shoot, we've got a bully at our table. That's how you're going to have to deal with them. Because if you don't, it is just going to get progressively worse. You will not get to the threshold of having a session that's more immersive, enjoyable, meaningful. This video has gotten put back a couple of times on my schedule because other things that needed to be made, just time frame stuff. But this is one of those videos that normally get people upset because of what I say. Like, for example, when I talk about the bullies that are outside of the table, right, but are just in the space, those bullies who sit up there and scream and yell at you because, well, you don't like me because of my ideology, you don't like me because of my pronouns, you don't like me because of this, that, and the third. And it just never dawns on them that, you know, it could be that I don't like you and you're not at my table because you're just an annoying jerk. Never even crosses their mind. But because of their narcissism, well, you know, it always has to be that somebody doesn't like them for some illegitimate reason, because why would you not like me the way that I am? And there's whole companies that do this stuff. Like, there's whole companies that use these kind of bully values and think that it's okay. Okay, well, I'm not supporting that company. I've done an entire video on this. I'm not supporting that company. Which is, if you're wondering where I cover certain games and certain companies show up on here and others don't, that's why. That would be why. I'm vetting these things as I go, you know? And if I find something that in a company that I'm covering and I find out that that's what they're doing, using bully tactics and their values and against the people that buy their games, I'm done with them. I will be done with them. Because I am not going to add energy to bullies in the space, because I love my hobby. I really do. Hey, if you got any value out of this video, and my prayer is that you did, because I really enjoyed putting this video together, then if you can go ahead and do it, brother, solid. And could you just crush the like button. Also, if you want to stick around, I come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday, God willing. And you can stick around by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. All right, well, let's get to our question of the vid. And it's a simple one. And I want to know, I'm going to have this, actually, there's going to be two questions. One is going to be the main question, but I'm going to give you a secondary one that you can answer if you want to answer it in the comments. But the main one is, how have you dealt with bullies at your table in the time that you've been playing tabletop RPGs? Now, the secondary one, I have a secondary one. Have you had to deal with bullies personally in your life? And if you feel comfortable, how did that go down? Let's get some engagement going down in the comments. This is a serious topic. I consider this a serious topic, and I want to know. If there's anything that I can do to help, I will. So let me know. Let's get some engagement going. Let's get it churning, folks, down in the comments below. But you know what that means, right? Yep, that means I'm done. This is it. It's time for me to go. So let me do my thing, Chicken Wang, and do my snagglepuss.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, if you've got a game this week, happy gaming. I pray it is an RPG Elite session that's more immersive, enjoyable, and meaningful. Until next time, again, God willing, it's me, y'all, your boy, Servant, saying peace. 5,000 leets. Yeah. I'm out, y'all.